Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back, we are live. This is United Daily. Hope you guys are all doing well, and we've got plenty to get stuck into today on our daily Manchester United show. We are looking at Kalidou Koulibaly, who has yet again been linked with Manchester United. Talks that United's pre-season plans are on hold and could be off after some epic plans were made. That's pretty obvious with the worldwide situation right now, but we'll have a look and talk about that. Thomas Partey could be signing a new deal at Atletico Madrid, the rumours say. Goal of the month has been won as well, and we'll be looking at Nemanja Matic and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who seemingly have patched up their relationship. We're here, we're live on AdamMcKola TV, United Daily. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing, sharing, getting your thoughts in those comments as well, because remember, this is your show. We want you guys to get involved and keep your thoughts coming in. Right now, we're going to be talking about Kalidou Koulibaly. But first things first, I want to hear how you guys are doing in the comments. So get your comments into me. Right now, I've woken up this morning, a few hours ago, thinking, have I had that much sleep? But the time went forward and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. What I was doing yesterday was watching WrestleMania 14 on my journey through WWF history. That is what I'm doing right now. But right here, right now, live on AdamMcKola TV, we are going to be talking about Kalidou Koulibaly and the reports that United are ready to pay £76 million for the supreme centre-half talent. In the comments, I can see Cool Callum, Alistair, Jacob, David, Two Tears in a Bucket, Jay, Arthur Rofus, Mr. Wildtime, ZOT, Manny's back in the house, Sambar, and Manny's with the important questions, as I see Jake in there as well. Manny's with the important questions. What are you going to do about your trim if lockdown gets extended? My barber's closed. He's obviously not going to come to my house. I'm going to probably have to trim my hair myself, or get my missus or my mom or my brother to do it. That's what's going to have to go down with this mop on my head. It's getting longer and longer. I normally get it cut at this point when it gets this long. I get a haircut every 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, and I'm struggling right now. So this is going to get sorted out at some point. PJ Daily, how are you doing, guys? Brother, hope you're doing well. PJ in the comments was one of the very first guys to join AdamMcKola TV and become a member. If you want to do that, click join and see how you can do it. But let's talk about, as P Savage is showing off with his new emojis in there. Say it again. Lo 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 lo. And of course, up the fucking Reds as well. I'm liking how they look. I've got night mode on, so I can't see the black bits, but I might put a little white line around them for you, just so they have a little bit more kick. I might watch WrestleMania 36, seeing as we've got nothing else to do next week. Should we do a live watch along of WrestleMania 36? That would be quite funny, considering I haven't watched wrestling in an awfully long time. Anyway, forget wrestling for now. Let's get stuck into Kalidou Koulibaly, and of course the linking Manchester United with him. There's been a number of links for a while linking United with Kalidou Koulibaly. Even if you go back to last summer, before we signed Harry Maguire, we were looking at it and thinking, right, we need a centre half. Who are the best centre halves out there? And he was clearly one of them. And United were linked with him, but we never really made any firm offers. There was talks that Napoli wanted like 100 million or something like that, something ridiculous. I'm just looking for the story here, just to get the in-depth news on it, as I made the graphics a little bit earlier on. Let me see. I'll find it right now. But anyway, I know a lot of this from memory. We'd been linked with him. £100 million price tag had come up for him, Kalidou Koulibaly. And then ever since then, it's gone quiet. And what happens with a lot of these teams is you look at Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, who's done fantastically well for them this season, for Lazio, sorry, and Kalidou Koulibaly, who's still done fantastically well for Napoli. But what happens after that initial wave and that initial hype and that initial, madness surrounding a player when they come onto the world stage and they come into everyone's attention? Obviously, people that watch Italian football and watch football know about them, but they really came onto the radar of a lot of people in the last 2 seasons. You know what I mean? And when that happens, the price goes at an all-time high. You look at Kalidou Koulibaly, Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. the prices that were touted around for those guys were incredible numbers. Now, they're still playing well, but United haven't made a move. No one's made a move. It's waited and waited and waited, and as a result of that, the price goes down. Even though the player doesn't necessarily get any worse or anything like that, he's not got bad. His price has just dropped because the hype isn't there anymore. And now the talk is that we're clear favourites to sign him because we are willing to stump up the 78 million pounds that Napoli are asking for him. Now, this was reported in Italy, La Repubblica, it was called, and it claims that the Red Devils are willing to pay 10 times the fee that brought the Senegalese to Napoli, and it would be 78 million pounds, and at this time it will be enough. This time it will be enough. So we could possibly, these reports are saying, get him for cheaper than you would have got Harry Maguire. But is this move going to happen? Is there anything in this talk? Is there anything in these stories? Is there anything in all of this? In my opinion, no. In my opinion, I don't think Manchester United will be going for Kalidou Koulibaly this summer. I think if he became available for 50 million or something ridiculous and we sold a number of players, I could possibly see it happening. But I just can't see Koulibaly coming in. When you look at the money that it would take to get him, even if it's 78 million pounds, all right, let's say now, let's say United buy Jadon Sancho, 100 million pounds, okay? We've got Jadon Sancho in. Let's say we sell Chris Smalling, Alexis Sanchez for around 30 million. Let's be on the reasonable side. 30 million combined. We sell Phil Jones for another 10, that's 40 million. Rojo, another 10, that's 50 million. So recoup 50 million. That means we've spent 70 million on Jadon Sancho. Now, in the last number of years, we've spent around 100 to 200 million on players, in and around that mark. United will be doing that yet again, and it may be even less as well, especially if you consider Paul Pogba might not be leaving. So this is one of those where if Pogba leaves, it probably becomes an opportunity, an opening for United to spend some money elsewhere. Because you look at our defence and you think, it could do with one if you get rid of two. It could do with one if you get rid of two. If you get rid of Rojo and Jones, you could add another one into the mix. The problem United then have is we've got Maguire, we've got Bailly, we've got Lindelof. They all would consider themselves to be first choice. If you then throw Axel Tuanzebe in there, that's 4. Kalidou Koulibaly, that's 5. It's great to have 5 centre halves, and you never know if we're considering going to a back 3 in the long-term future. But I don't see that happening. I don't see United looking to spend a large chunk of our money on another centre half. I simply don't see that happening. I think Ali's already spent that big money on a centre half. Yes, we can buy another centre half, but will it be one that's 76, 78 million pounds? Not in my opinion. I don't think that will happen. So I don't think Kalidou Koulibaly is going to come to United, but we will keep monitoring it here on United Daily and seeing if any of the reliable guys have a bite on it. You know, the Fabrizio Romanos, the Di Marzios, etc. Let me know your thoughts. Where will Kalidou Koulibaly be playing his football next season, whenever that next season is? Jeremy Vea with the super chat in the comments says, thank you for your videos, Adam, you and Stephen. We're missing United and football too much. Happy Sunday. Stay safe from Malta. Jeremy, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your super chat and thank you for your kind message as well. I'm missing Man United. I'm missing football. But I'm trying not to miss you guys. You guys are helping me keep sane at the moment. You help keep me sane when United are losing. You help peg me back and keep me in check when United are winning and I potentially get carried away. And now that there's no football, you're keeping me sane while I'm locked up inside my house. Locked up, they won't let me out. We're in this together, guys. Trust me, we're here. We've got this. We've got this. No matter how long it's going to take, we have got this. Sorry, David. I know it's an exciting thing, but these are the headlines that we see. And obviously my title is the headline. But I want to tell you the truth about how I feel about these headlines. And as much as I would want United to be signing someone like him, I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Let's say we bought Sancho. Let's say we bought a midfielder for 30, 40 million. If we needed to. Where are we going to spend another 80 mil on that? Alright, 15 million Igalo, permanent. 120, that's 135 million. Let's say we bought a midfielder. Although I doubt that's going to... Are we even going to buy a midfielder anymore? It's just dawning on me. Like, there's a story today which is speaking about... P. Savage said would be sad to see him go to a rival, but yeah, we just don't need another centre-back. Mr. Architecture's back in the house. You good, bro. Yeah, I'm talking about getting a midfielder because I think we need a defensive midfielder. But today in the news, we're looking at Nemanja Matic, and there's a story come out that Nemanja Matic and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't initially see eye to eye, and then they had a meeting, patched up their relationship. Ever since then, after those clear the air talks, Nemanja Matic has been selected more. His performances levels have gone up, which we'll all say. He had his loyalty questioned by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he seemed to step up to the challenge, and he's been playing very, very well recently. He's now a lot of talk about him potentially earning a contract, and me, who, if you watch me on a regular basis, knows that I'd pretty much written off Nemanja Matic and his future at United. I'm happy to see him sign a deal. That says a lot. That says a lot how far he's come, and it's seemingly down to, again, Ollie's man management, but down to that clear the air meeting that they had. But that brings me back to the point I was trying to make. Does that then mean we're going to sign a centre half? I can't see it. Sorry, a central midfielder. I can't see it. We've got Fred McTominay, Matic, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, James Garner, Dylan Levitt are coming through. McTominay, Fred, Matic, Pogba, Bruno. Yeah. Garner and Levitt coming through. Have I missed anybody obvious out? Like, I just can't see the space for a midfield unless we're selling people. Unless Pogba goes, I don't see us strengthening our midfield. And I don't want Pogba to go, but I do want us to strengthen our midfield. So it's a little bit of a weird one. Preston's in there saying 2 years ago this would have made sense, but Werner, Grealish and Sancho would be the perfect signings for us. Keep up the great content. Nice one, Preston. Danny says rather spend the money on a top defensive midfielder to free up Bruno and Pogba. I feel the same, but can you let me know what you think about what I just said about the midfield? Does it look like we've got the space there for it to happen? ZOT says we need Grealish. Suman says hello. How you doing, Suman? I hope you're well. Maybe they're waking up since we signed Bruno, and it's been such a turnaround. It's true. Yes, Middlesex Omar, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Him and Mr. Architecture must know each other. Catching up there in the comments. I love to see that. Aidan Russell, who do you think we'll get in the summer? I'll come to that in a second. Darren Kelly, how you doing, mate? Van der Beek would be a good signing, wouldn't he? I just don't think we're going to raid Ajax anytime soon. But he'd probably be someone that you could get at a lower price. But the problem for me is, does he not play further forward? He's more of an 8 than a 6, right? Van der Beek. And I think we need a 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. In my opinion, if she goes for Sancho and Saul, and if Pogba goes, Bellingham would be sensational in 2 years. Because Matic has another year with Saul and Fernandes. Should be alright. Who's your plan B for right wing if Sancho doesn't sign? Says Vshub. It's a good question. We do desperately need a right winger. Straight up forgot Matter and Lingard, says Ayush. I don't class them as central midfielders, bro. I class them as part of the attack, and they're not really wingers. They're more 10s. Like, I don't know where, but they're not going to play in your midfield 3 setup. Do you know what I mean? If you had a midfield 3 or a midfield 2. So that's why I looked at that. Saul Niguez is a great shout. Everyone that's talking about Saul Niguez, it's a fantastic shout. Will it happen? Is he going to leave Atletico this summer? Party would be a dream signing after Sancho, says Matt. Bang on, mate. Totally agree with you on that. Lone Wonderer says I'm right about Van der Beek being a more attacking midfielder. But yeah, Thomas Partey would be a great signing. But I've got some updates on Thomas Partey today. Let me just bring them up for you so I get them bang on. The Ghanaian Atletico Madrid player, 26-year-old, so prime age to be bringing into Manchester United and helping to come in. But he's apparently made a decision on his future amid links with Manchester United and Arsenal, say the Mirror. Now, every time you go on this page, it just loads a whole load of shit up and you can't scroll down the page for about an hour. But I've got a story. It says, Arsenal and United could be about to receive a major blow in their pursuit of Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey. The midfielder is of interest to both Premier League clubs, as they are either Ghanaian, who has a £42 million release clause. That would be the bargain of the century if we were able to grab it. That's kind of similar to the price we paid for Bruno just before Adams, isn't it? But Atletico are confident of agreeing a new deal with Partey in the coming weeks, which would see him pocket over $4 million a year. Crucially, though, it would see his release clause more than double to £92 million, according to Sport. The 26-year-old has become a vital part of Diego Simeone's side and played both their games this term. Look, we know about Thomas Partey, but if he is going to sign an extension with Atletico Madrid, I'd be massively, massively disappointed. I want him to sign for United. I don't think he will sign for United. I don't think he's one that's on the cards. I think the papers and stuff just know that United fans want him. They'll read online, they'll read Twitter, they'll read social media, and they'll have opinions and they'll write stories about their players because they know they'll bring in clicks. But I don't think there's anything concrete there. I haven't seen anything from any reliable sources or reliable journalists or anything like that in regards to how real that link is or how real people are interested in it. Would I take Coutinho? I don't think I would, no. I think we're pretty much fully loaded in that area. We need squad depth in attacks as Prupp. And yesterday I uploaded a video on the day it was a year since Ollie got the job permanently, and it was 10 things Ollie has fixed. Now, I've got a bit of shit in the comments for, not everyone, most people are positive, to be honest. I hate when people do that, say they got shit when most of it was positivity. But I got a bit of it for not being realistic, apparently, and not being, just being too positive. But the whole thing was to do a 10 things that he's fixed and a 10 things that he's got to fix a year on from getting the job. I wanted to do the positives first because on a year on, why look at the negatives, especially in the situation that we're in. But today, we'll be looking at the things that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can fix and improve. I've got my camera ready. I'm going to be recording it after we've finished here, and I'll be uploading it later on this afternoon, probably around 5-6 o'clock. We'll be getting that video up. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that. And if you haven't seen it, 10 things Ollie has fixed, then check it out after we're finished here. K Zatan, thank you very much, brother. Love you too. Anything for a party. We would love a party, don't we? Do you think this season will be voided? There's been a lot of talk about this season being voided, and a lot of talk about this season continuing. Now, there seems to be a bit more talk coming around from Premier League clubs, from Premier League officials and people linked with it, that it could be cancelled. Now, the talk is they're going to be given until July to get it done. And I think it's just daft to keep letting it drag on and on and on and on, because ultimately it's going to take a knock-on effect on next season. Now, this situation with the virus and the pandemic around the world, it's not going to go away overnight. It's not going to go away by April 30th. It's not going to go away, straight away, and then we're going to be sorted and, alright, yeah, let's get back to football in April or May. It's going to drag on to June, July, August possibly. And with that being said, I just think if you put a deadline on it and say if it's not completed by this date, we move on to next season and we start looking at preparations for next season. But it does seem like they're doing everything possible to finish the league and finish the season. Now, I think that's all well and good in normal circumstances, but these are not normal circumstances. This is a situation we've been put in that's going to be lasting for a while, and playing football seems like the least of anybody's worries. How can you draw paramedics, ambulances, police away from the jobs that they should be doing at times like this to go and focus on football? It's just irrational and unrealistic. And that's what they would have to do to get these games on the road, even behind closed doors. And then, if you have games behind closed doors, let's say United have games behind closed doors, and 20,000 of us go to Old Trafford, or 1,000 of us go to Old Trafford. 20,000 is a bit much. 1,000 people go to Old Trafford and they hang around outside, they wait for the players to go in. That is causing issues of its own. You're then having to draw police away from whatever else they should be doing. And these are things that could happen. Look at Liverpool. Let's say they played their first game behind closed doors, no issues. Second game behind closed doors, win that game, win the league. How many Liverpool fans are going to be outside that stadium? It's going to be ridiculous. And I'm taking all rivalry aside. Look, they deserve to win the league title. Do you know what I mean? They deserve to win the league title, but they haven't yet won the league title. And you can't just give trophies away when they're not yet done. And if they do go ahead and play behind closed doors, the issues that then come from around that are going to be ridiculous. And it just makes football seem daft and seem pointless to be going ahead at that time. So that's how I think on it. But let me know what your thoughts are in those comments below. PJ's still in the comments. Shout out PJ Daily. Anurag says we need to get Aubameyang from Arsenal. Don't think that one's going to happen. Is there a date when United return to training, says Jeremy Vella? I believe that's like at the end of the first week of April, or the 13th of April or 10th of April. I remember reading it somewhere. Let me find that for you. One sec. I found an article. It's a good thing about the Tinternet. United have penciled in a training return date of April the 10th. The club spokesperson said it's constantly being reviewed, but for now, April the 10th is the plan. So that's when they're planning on getting back into the Carrington Aon training complex. Will be voided if it's not restarted by June, says Gary. They need to put a deadline on it. Andrew Iman's in the house from Minnesota. Hope you're doing well. Night Whisper, stay safe, bro. You too, mate. Take care if you're heading out now. Watching this, working out. Yes, mate. Hope you're doing well, Mike. Keep going, lad. I need to work out myself. My gym's closed though, so the one time I got all this time in the world to go gym, I got no gym. Anyone got any good tapes? Like street workouts. Could go to the park and like do pull-ups on the monkey bars and shit like that. If I could do pull-ups, that is. Oh man. Do I think Sanchez is done, says Humble-ish. I do think Sanchez is done. I don't think he'll play another game for United again. Maybe like a pre-season game. But I don't see him playing another competitive game for Man United. I think he'll be gone by then, to be totally honest with you. But who knows? Richard says Maguire, Lindelof, Twanzebe, and Bailly and Koulibaly. Sorry, but that's just silly. And I feel the same way, Richard. I can't see this Koulibaly thing happening. As much as we would all like it to happen and we would all like to see Koulibaly in a United shirt, realistically it doesn't line up. We've got to spend money elsewhere. If we had a complete team and we're going into this summer thinking our team's great at the moment, we just need to add one or two players, you can then strengthen areas that you've already got strength and depth in. But United, we're not going to get Koulibaly. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're going to have to spend 100 million on a right winger, possibly some money on a midfielder, possibly some strength and depth, 15 million on an Igalo. Are we then going to spend 80 million on a centre half? I don't think so. Not when we've got Maguire, Lindelof, Bailly, Twanzebe, etc. there. We'll probably get rid of Rojo and Jones, and I think that would be the right thing to do. And I think the right thing to do would also to be get rid of Smalling. Ayush Singh says Smalling to Arsenal rumours. Sell him to Smalling right now. That'd be a fucking horror show. David Luiz, Chris Smalling and Mustafi. Sell it to them. Let them deal with that. I'm not buying into this. Bring Chris Smalling back to Man United. We saw what he did here. It wasn't good enough. Let him go. Shite weekend. Back to work tomorrow while everyone else chills. D-Miz, what do you do for work, bruv? Hope it goes well anyway upon your return. But yeah, it's weird that unless you're a essential service, then if you are, cheers for cracking on for all of us. I'll check that out, Lone Wanderer. Lingard Pereira, shite, says 2 tears in the bucket. Did Angel sign a new contract with us yet? Says Humbleish. Not yet. No new contract signed from Angel Gomez. We did a video the other day on the links, linking him with a move to Chelsea. Chelsea apparently interested in signing him now. But United have apparently come back with another offer. We shouldn't need interest from our rivals for us to be kicking up and trying to get him signed down to a long-term deal. It just seems really daft. Construction. Yeah, my mate works in construction. He was saying he was still working as well. Because I was trying to get some pro clubs on the go. And he was like, I'm still at work, mate. I'm in the real world still. So yeah, man. Good luck and stay safe, brother. The media always overhype things, says Ben. We know that. How are things in UK with the virus? Are the media making it bigger than it is? Because if no, I fear even next season is not going to start. I think they're starting to take it serious now. Say it again, says P Savage in the comments with that fresh emoji. Remember, you can join AdamMcKola TV by clicking join. But if you're watching and you're not subscribed yet, and that button says subscribe, and it's red, and it doesn't say subscribed, then what are you doing? Click subscribe. We're trying to hit 75k by the end of May, and we're trying to hit 100k by the end of the year. Maybe before that, who knows? If we keep going at the pace we're going at the moment, we should be able to do it. So get hitting that comment button, like button, comment, share, subscribe, join. We're going to keep this show on the road. Goal of the month for March. Obviously, we didn't have much of a March. Was Ighalo's goal against LASK Lynx. The one where he did all that stuff, yeah? Kept the ball up and all that. That's the one that we're talking about. So his goal got goal of the month. But that was that the last game we played in? Feels like a long time ago that now, doesn't it? Feels like a long time ago that. That was technically the best goal that we saw. That was the best goal that we saw this month. But for sheer emotion, for sheer carnage, for sheer mentalness, Scott McTominay's goal was the best goal for me. That was pretty amazing. My video got pulled by the Premier League. The bastards. Even though it's my own content from inside the stands, it had the goal in it, didn't it? So it kind of makes sense. But I can't risk it with uploading those kind of things anymore and getting my channel pulled down because I got a copyright strike. So yeah, but that was probably my goal of the month. But technically, Ighalo's goal was the best. Man United should swap Paula Bill Pogba for Thomas Partey, says Sam. Not going to happen. Caribbean Gaming says thanks for the daily videos. No worries. That was such a sick goal. Danny Gambino. Nice one, brother. Austin 316 for life. Sign him, says Dairy. What about Pereira's goal, says Jacob. Goal of the month, McTominay, says Petulia. Scott says seriously. What? Sign him, says Dare. In the comments, I think he's talking about Kalidou Koulibaly. And for you guys that have joined us late, United have been linked with a move for Kalidou Koulibaly over there in Italy. It's been something that has been tinkering and tonkering along for a while now. But United continue to be linked with Koulibaly. And Italian reports say that United are ready to pay £76 million for him. I am, though, a little bit sceptical on that one. I really am a little bit sceptical. I don't think United would be in for a centre-half that's going to cost that much money. When you think of the money United would have lost due to the coronavirus pandemic, as soon as football restarts again, we will spend money, but we're going to invest in other areas. So we need to keep realistic about this and see that if we spend 100-odd mil on Sancho and we spend something on a midfielder, are we going to be spending another near enough 100 million on a centre-half after we spent 80 million on Maguire, 30 million on Bay and Lindelof each? I don't think it's going to happen. Honestly, the only thing keeping me sane with no football now. Much love, brother. I appreciate you, champ. Thank you for getting involved. Greenwood's goal was decent too. Tight angle, both posts class. I love shots that hit off both posts. And I love shots that hit off crossbars and down as well. Hit crossbars a few times. I remember I was playing for a team in a tournament. We used to play in these KFF tournaments, these Asian tournaments every year. They're called Asian tournaments, but people of all different races would play in them. But nevertheless, we played in these tournaments, these KFF tournaments, and they used to be in like Hounslow, Leicester, Birmingham, London, just all over the place. And I remember in the Birmingham tournament, there'd be 5 a year, and I scored a hat-trick in one game. And I remember the third goal, rifled it from 40 yards. It hit the crossbar at the top, hit the bottom, hit the crossbar again, hit the bottom, and just kept back. It was an amazing goal. It was an amazing goal. And if you know Jan Dander, who plays for Swansea, I picked him up because he was a little kid at that point. I rocked him in my arms. So yeah, that was good fun. Memories of me playing football. Wasn't a great level, to be honest with you. It wasn't professional or anything like that. But it was good times then. I miss playing football on a regular basis. I really do miss it. Igalo was a diamond with that skill to control the ball like that. Adam, do you think De Gea's a stinker? I don't think he's a stinker, I do. I think we should stick by him. Do I think Pogba will leave? Says Aiden. I've had my head set on him leaving all the time. Now, with this current situation where we're at, with no football going on, we don't know when it's going to restart, when the summer transfer, no Euros. I'm beginning to think he might stay, might sign a new deal and stay at United. But who knows? In this current, like, things can change very quickly. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Chances of Adam waffling. We waffle all day, baby. How do you think I keep this going on for 35 minutes? Waffling. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Foot FG stream on Twitch. I don't know who Foot FG is, bro. Says a deal. That's good. I'll see if he wants to give me a game. I think he's world class, but pulling the trigger on 76 mil when we don't know about the economy, yeah, I don't know. I just don't see this happening, you know. I don't see Igalo happening, but there you have it. Anyway, let's not keep talking about Koulibaly. Did I say Igalo? Let's not keep talking about Koulibaly. Let's not keep talking about Igalo's goal of the month. Let's not talk about how United... Actually, let's talk about how United's pre-season plans could be put on hold now. We know we don't know when pre-season is. We know we don't know what's going on with football, when it's going to return. We don't know when this season is going to be finished. We don't know when the next season is going to start. But pre-season this season was supposed to be us going to India. It was going to be carnage. It was going to be mental. It was going to be amazing. It was going to be historic. United in India was going to be amazing. And now it's not happening. United's pre-season plans are on hold. Obviously, they would like to go to India. They would like to carry on with their pre-season. But it looks like that's not going to be happening now. And I can imagine if football does continue again, I can imagine a lot of pre-seasons would be held probably on our doorstep, probably in and around, you know, Europe, probably even closer, just like a British pre-season tour, as we've seen them do many years in the past. Was there a tour booked this year? I think they were in the process, Matt, of arranging a pre-season tour which would have involved a stop in India, which is obviously not going to happen now. Do you reckon United will ever come to New Zealand? We've been to Australia, so it's not far, is it, from New Zealand? What's it like in New Zealand for football stadiums and things like that? I know rugby is a big thing over there, but do they have the teams and the stadiums and stuff like that to be able to accommodate, just say, an ICC tournament? Because that's what it would hinge on, wouldn't it? Those kind of things and the logistics of it all. I'd love them to come over to Singapore against us. Vaishab. Oh, mate, Singapore is one of my favourite things in the world. That place was amazing. It really was amazing. Got some good friends out there as well, Hunter, Ben, and the guys. But it was amazing out there in Singapore. Do you think Igalo will go trash? I don't know. I don't think Igalo will go trash. I think we should sign him. I think we should sign Igalo. I don't see us signing any other striker, and we should bring him in to back up to what we have. And I think it would be a good move to bring him in. Lone Wanderer's a brilliant choice of t-shirt, bro. What? Austin's Healy era, innit? I think that was a bad choice overall, though. But yeah, we still loved it. But nice one, Lone Wanderer, for your super chat. Remember, you can get your super chats in, your comments in, your subscriptions on. You can get joining. You can do all that good stuff. Danny Gambino says Sancho 7, Grealish 11. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Sal Lingard, Pereira, Mata, get Grealish. I don't think we'd be able to sell them for the money that we would get Grealish with. I don't think Mata will leave either. But Lingard and Pereira, you could probably get around 30 million combined for them probably at this moment. Not too sure. To be fair, Lingard, I think commercially to a lot of clubs he would have value, and for that reason his price tag would probably be a little bit higher if he did want to leave. It's an interesting one with Jess. I don't know what he's going to do. I hope he stays and things work out for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him leave in this summer. Get hitting that like button. We're on 71 likes with 229 people in the house. Come on, that's poor. Should we sell Paul Pogba to Barcelona? I don't think Barcelona want him. WrestleMania in an empty stadium. It sounds like cack, that. Sounds like cack. Riggs says I'd keep Mata. Mata was yesterday quoted as saying that, you know, Ollie loves his experience and stuff. And when I was doing my notes for the next video that I'm going to make, 10 things Ollie has fixed, I was weighing up like, you know, we need some experience. That's one of the things we need to get. And he's one of the very few experienced players we have, and that's probably why he wants to keep a hold of Matic as well. Oh, mate, Manav, I got set up in that pub quiz. What kind of questions were they? Jesus. Here I am thinking I'm going into a Man United themed quiz, getting flung science questions and shit at me. It's a setup, that is. Fucking Joe had nice easy questions. Where does Sherlock Holmes live? All that bollocks. I jump on and get swooped with some madness, and then to make things worse, Steve gets angry at me for not knowing the answers. Imagine that shit. He's like, oh, fuck this. Bro, you're asking me some stupid questions like, when was smallpox eradicated? I don't fucking know. Who knows that? Who knows that? Because I don't. I sure as shit don't. I did get stitched up, P. I did get stitched up. Katie, thank you for enjoying the video. Matt did awful as well, but the Frosty Jacks did not help. Thank you guys for sticking with me and making me feel better about myself. I really do appreciate it. Matt has no legs is a deal. Well, he has two, but I know what you mean. Very, very slow. I reckon Matt will retire with us. I would love Matt to retire with us. I think he's a great bloke, great guy, great lad. He never got angry, but he was like, he definitely seemed like pissed off that I wasn't taking it seriously. I was taking it seriously, I just didn't know the fucking answers. What do you want me to do? Yeah, Dan says Lingard is still a commercial entity and would pull extra cash for that alone. He definitely is, especially in England as well, with young kids and stuff like that. A lot of them look up to Jess. Can't believe you didn't know Alexander Fleming created penicillin. Science was not my forte. Was not my forte at all. Math oratory, I hope you're good, bro. Or sis, I don't know. Doesn't really say there, but hope you're good, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Seeing you outside after the Norwich game, too shy to approach, but wishing I could get back at OT, says Aaron. Don't be shy, man. I'm just a normal person. Feel free to come up to me. Right. I know these Irish names are tricky to pronounce sometimes, so I'm gonna try and get a little bit of help. And we're gonna do this. I'm gonna. Is it Dara? Is it Dara? Yeah. Is it Dara? Have I said it right? Come on, lad. Come on, lad. My nan would slap me for this. My nan would absolutely bosh slap me for this. Viviak Majitia with the with the super chat. Sorry if I've said your name. Viviac. Viv. Thank you anyway. Just to thank you. Keep it going. My only football fix is you guys. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your super chat. Keep it locked and loaded. And keep it on AdamMcKola TV. Yes, Dara, I got it right. Nice one. I'm Irish if you need a hand, says Aaron. My surname is McElroy. For you that don't know, McKola is a combination of my mother's and my father's surname. McElroy, Cola, McKola. That is what I've become. But I'm half Irish, half Indian. Born in England. So yeah. Cockney Reds back in the house. Would you rather watch the rest of the season behind closed doors or listen to Liverpool fans complain if the league gets cancelled? I'll be honest with you. It was kind of like a be careful what you wish for situation. I found it hilarious when the prospect of Liverpool not winning the league and it being cancelled came about. And now it's like, I just wish football was still on. I really just wish football was still on. Because I miss it so much. It's funny though. Are you affiliated with Stretford Paddock? Not officially. I'm friends with them though, so I don't have any dramas with them. I don't want Ramsey in any Pogba deal. I was hearing Dybala linked with us again. That's not going to happen. Ramsey linked with us. That's not going to... Ramsey and the money he's on as well. I don't want another ex-Arsenal player on stupid wages at Man United. It'd be a good signing if you could just get him in, you know, on a cheap deal. But you're not going to get him in on a cheap deal. It's not going to happen. Especially the wages they've been paying him. Sebastian wants a recap, just to give you a recap on everything we've been discussing about. Koulibaly has been linked with a £76 million move to United in Italy. Italian reports say United are ready to pay 76, 78, 80 million pounds for him. But I say that's bollocks. That's not going to happen. I really can't see it happening. Not with the amount of centre-halves United currently have and the money we're having to spend elsewhere. United's pre-season plans, which look to involve a trip to India, are now obviously on hold due to the coronavirus pandemic. Thomas Partey is reported to be close to signing a new deal which could include a higher release clause of £92 million. His current release clause is around £40 million. Igalo won goal of the month for his goal against LASK Lynx. That was about 14 days ago. It feels like it was fucking years ago now. It was really, really a long time ago. But, God, I miss football, man. I miss football so bad. What is the best chants you like to sing? The classics. United, UNITED. I really loved Ollie's at the Wheel. I'm gutty we don't sing that anymore. I like the Wes Brown song. Take Me Home United Road's one of my personal favourites. To Old Trafford. But it's got to be sang like really slow. Do you know what I mean? To see United, take me home. At the moment everyone sings things really quickly and you can't keep up with it. I think we should sing songs slower so more people get involved and it sounds better and they last longer. We rush them all and everyone gets clap, 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 clap songs done. But Lo Lo Lo, Radamel Falcao was one of my favourites as well. Anderson's chant was mint. Anderson, son. I want party, says Dara. Favour of a player chant, Falcao, says Petulia. Woke up this morning was good as well. That was a good one. Are you fed up with the Pogba rumours versus Shab? I am fed up with the Pogba rumours, yes. But hopefully they'll be sorted and they'll go away very, very soon. Will Ollie's at the Wheel chant come back? I think it might do. I really think it might do. Anyway, guys, this is almost us done for today. So if you've got any last minute questions, make sure you're getting them in. Make sure you're subscribing, commenting, sharing, keeping it locked to AdamMcKola TV. If you haven't seen it yet, when we're finished here, go and watch 10 things Ollie has fixed. And later on today, we're going to have 10 things Ollie needs to fix. So it's not just positive, happy, clappy, all that stuff. We're going to be looking at the things he's fixed. And now we're going to be looking at the things he needs to fix. 10 things he needs to fix. So keep it locked to AdamMcKola TV. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Best chant is a bunch of Bouncy Busby babes. They deserve to be United Calypso. I've never been to it, you know. Is that the game? Oh man, be good to have you down one day. 12 o'clock live, says Zed is the best. I know I might continue with these. They've been a little bit more active, and maybe with everyone being on lockdown, we're all having lines a little bit, and I'll push it to 12 o'clock, especially with the time now changing as well. So yeah, this will be a more regular thing. Monday will be live at 12 o'clock as well. If you miss it live, you can watch it back later. We've got a video coming up later on today, 10 things Ollie needs to fix at Manchester United. We uploaded 10